Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the brand new Transformers Studio Series 75 Deluxe Class Jolt from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And well, this figure is way more than meets the eye. Yes, I use that pun from the Transformers movie. This figure is way more than meets the eye. The detail, the articulation, even the transformation is what is amazing about this figure. Now this figure costed me $22.99 on HasbroPulse.com. I recommend getting him there, although you can't get him there that much right now because he is sold out at the moment, but I believe that they are going to restock, or if you can find him in the store, perfect, you could get him at $18 right there at Target. But anyways, now let's first off, this video is going to be about, first we're going to do the review of Jolt, take a look at the articulation, some of the details he has, cool gimmicks and stuff, do size comparisons, and finally transform him and take a look at the box and backdrop him. And we're going to take an important look at the backdrop because there's something I really want to go over this backdrop. So without further ado, let's take a look at Jolt and see how he looks like. So first off, here we have Jolt here in his robot form, and honestly astounding. It looks exactly like he popped out of the movie for like those brief 10 seconds that he was in the movie and then just plopped in my review station. This figure is absolutely amazing. 75, I was never expecting for Studio Series to get to 75, and I really hope that the new Transformers 2022 figures, the Studio Series, are going to be a lot cool like this figure. So right here we have a CGI image of Jolt. This is like probably some concept art or something. And right here we can see on the other side as well a close-up image of Jolt right here, 75 right here, Transformers Studio Series. Right here we can see Jolt in his robot form and his car form, and his car form did come out really nice, exactly how he appeared in the film for those brief seconds. His iconic movie scene is when Jolt uses his electro whips to link the Autobot leader with jet parts from Jetfire. Optimus Prime takes to the skies as Jet Power Optimus Prime. So if you remember in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Jolt combines Optimus Prime and Jetfire to create Jet Power Optimus Prime, and his iconic movie scene is the Pyramid Desert Battle. We hear GM Motors and all that stuff, Chevrolet, Bowtie, Corvette, they're all like GM and stuff like that. And then right here we can see a nicer picture. I really do like how this side looks like the black background, and Jolt, his full robot form right here, shows up right here, and it looks really cool. So, and looking at the top, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and stuff like that. The bottom just says where it was made and stuff. And here's the most important part, the backdrop part. That, look, if we look closely, right here it says 68. The only Studio Series 68 is Studio Series Deluxe Class Leadfoot, which was the Target exclusive. For those of you that got it, and I did as well, I did a review as well. I'm not so sure why on earth he has the Chicago battle as his backdrop and not the Pyramid Desert battle like Bumblebee, Battle Damage, Megatron, and Jetfire got. I am really stumbled of why this is. But whatever, that is just one of the weird things I wanted to show you about this figure. And now without further ado, let's crack open this figure and see what awaits us inside. And so here we have Jolt out of the packaging, and oh boy, this figure is, like I said, more than meets the eye. This is one of the best figures in my collection now. I'd say it's probably in my top 5 figures in my collection so far. I mean, the detail on this figure, the paint applications, the whole transformation is amazing. Now, you are noticing I did leave the backdrop here. It's to show you, and something else is that this is the Dark of the Moon backdrop, and while this character is from Revenge of the Fallen, it only showed up in Revenge of the Fallen, which is pretty odd for why they chose this backdrop. But oh well, maybe it was a mistake that Hasbro made. Maybe one of the workers typed in Dark of the Moon instead of Revenge of the Fallen for like when they were planning for this guy like to go in a backdrop or something. But oh well, who cares. Now I am also leaving this backdrop here because I do like how it looks like. All the detail that is applied to the backdrop, the fire, the smoke, and everything certainly reminds me of the Battle of Chicago, like the Michael Bay films in the 2007, 2009, and 2011, 2014, and so forth. So I'm just gonna be leaving this right here, like just for a background, and I really do love how it looks like. So now, without further ado, instead of talking about the backdrop, now let's move to the main event himself, that being the Studio Series Jolt. And now this figure is actually very cool. The head sculpt is nice. The arm sculpt is really rather peculiar, but although I really do like it, the transformation is amazing. The sculpt of this figure is, I think this is the best Hasbro could do for Jolt, as the original 2009 figure just it just plain sucked. And this figure was on one of my top 10 wish lists for the Transformers Studio Series 2 to release. So I am really happy that they did release this figure. And we do hear that in 2022 we're gonna get the Fallen and Galvatron. So I am really happy that we're getting those figures. Those are in my top 10 wish lists for like the Studio Series line. But anyways, now let's move back to Jolt. So now the figure itself is amazing. Look at the painting. The paint on this figure is amazing. The silver highlights, the gray, the slight dark blue highlights are here. This kind of ab crunch-ish area. Right here we can see he has a nice arm. The claws right here are actually look really cool. Although only one of the claws can move. That is mainly due to the weapon for the whips and stuff. So yeah. So right now let's go over the articulation and then let's go over his accessories. So he has a ball joint right here on the arm, which can move at a terrific degree. A swivel joint here at the bicep, a hinge joint on the elbow, and it can bend past 90 degrees. Right here, kind of articulation for the wrist because it could just tuck in, but that is mainly due, I believe, for transformation. Right here we can see we got like some sort of swivel joint right here, although it's rather restricting because of the back kibble and the leg kibble. Right here we can see we get a hinge joint right here, we get a hinge joint right here for the knees, the feet, and everything. So we get multiple hinge joints throughout this figure. So this figure is actually really articulated toward the legs, and you can pose this guy in multiple directions and stuff. Unfortunately, no way to move the foot like side to side, but oh well, this is just an amazing figure. Who cares about that? This figure, I believe I'll just leave this guy in display only, and I'll mostly keep him in his robot form, and sometimes I'll keep him in his vehicle form, but I'll mostly keep him in his robot form. So now let's go over the accessories Jolt has. He has two whip accessories, two electro whip accessories. They are identical to each other, so it doesn't matter which one you use. To put them on Jolt, although there is this circular peg, I'm not so sure why. Although you can't put it on like that, you're gonna have to simply just remove this whole area right here, and then use this circular peg to put it inside Jolt's right here. Jolt's hand, it looks like it just emerged from Jolt like so. Then for the other one, you could do the same process on the other side right here. You just put the electro whip right there. You just push it in right there. Give it a nice nudge, and there. Here we have Jolt with his electro whip, and this actually looks really cool. For a full 360 spin, we can see that Jolt looks really cool of how he looks like with his electro whips. And now you're wondering, where can I put these little claw pieces? Well, you can put them right here on the side of the doors right here. I believe these are the doors or some sort of part of the car right here. You could just put them to the side right there. They do have this little tab, and they could just fall in there. You're just gonna have to push them in here, like so, like that, and then there. We can see that Jolt. We can see how the things store inside Jolt. Although I'm not so sure if they're meant to store there all the time. Although I think that this looks really cool. So now that we covered some of the details about Jolt, like all these pieces right here and everything, now let's move on to the size comparison segment of our video. For a deluxe class size comparison, here we have Jolt being compared to Studio Series 74, his wavemate, deluxe class Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, and excuse me, and needless to say, we can see that these figures are screen accurate to how they appeared in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And for an even more really cool what's it called? A really cool comparison, we can bring in our Transformers Studio Series, any Optimus Prime figure you want, like that being the Studio Series number 44, the 32, or number 5 if you want, and the Studio Series Jetfire. I'm just gonna bring Jetfire in right here and Optimus Prime right here when Jolt combines the both to create Jet Power Optimus Prime, so you can have one whip hit Prime and one hit Jetfire, and you could just have Jolt lift up his head as he did in the Transformers movie as he was combining the both, or you could just have it like this to make it look even more screen accurate and stuff. So you could just have them both right here, and this is how they combined in the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen movie. So now we can see about how big Jolt is as a modern deluxe class figure. I think that Jolt did scale really well toward a deluxe and even a leader, or even if you could count this as probably a commander class skill. I'm not so sure, but I'd say a leader skill. But I think Jolt is pretty darn movie accurate to how he appeared in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. So now with that finally said, now let's do the legendary part, transformation of Transformers Studio Series 75 Deluxe Class Jolt. So without further ado, now let's transform Jolt into that really cool Chevy Volt car form. So now this car form, like, it's really hard, and like it's kind of hard to transform, and eventually I did on the first time. You will chip off a piece or two, like a little peg or two, but no worries, just as long as you don't chip off like a big piece, just like a tiny peg won't matter that much, but still, it is still like a lot of like, but still. This figure, the transformation, I'd say it's near enough masterpiece quality, a masterpiece quality figure for the transformation. So without further ado, now let's transform Jolt into that really cool Chevy Volt mode. So the first thing you're gonna have to do, obviously, get your figure, straighten this figure out, and as I said, I have chipped off a piece and it has left a stress mark right here, this light blue right here. Unfortunately that did happen, so I got really mad at that. But oh well. So now the first step you're gonna have to do is get this whole area right here, bring this whole area downward like so. After that, just disconnect it from this piece right here, bring it up. After that, you're gonna move your attention toward the shoulders, flip this part over like that, like so, like this. After that, you're gonna have to make sure that go toward the back, and then make sure this whole region flips like so, like that, and then this little area connects right here. And then like so, do the same process on the other side. After that, you just have to lift this up like that. After that, move your attention toward this part, which is gonna be the front of the car. You're gonna have to attach this piece right here, attach that right there, connect it together like so. Make sure that these two connect. As I said, that it has caused such a stress mark right there, that it chipped, so it might not connect fully, but oh well, who knows. And you just have that connected like so, like that. So you're just gonna have this part like that, and after that, you're just gonna bring in this region right here. You're gonna unfold the wheels like so, like that, and then after that, you're just gonna have to make sure these parts straighten out. Make sure that you do curl in the legs a bit like so, like that. Just curl them in. After that, you're gonna have to make sure this whole region does detach like so. After that, fold it like so. Make sure that this region right here does fold out like that, and then make sure that these two back pieces do connect. This will make the back part of the car right here. Then make sure that this whole region right here is folded backward like so. To unfold this piece right here, unfold that backward like that. Then after that, you're just gonna have to make sure that it's just about aligning this up and clicking everything into place now. And then now for this part, you're just gonna have to make sure that I believe you're just gonna have to make sure that this piece folds in like so, the hand folds in like that, this part, the shoulder folds on, the bicep folds on the shoulder like so. You're gonna do the same process on the other side right here. Just gonna make sure that this piece does fold in. And I have made a mistake. This is the part with the chipped off piece, but look, it didn't make that much of a difference right here. It just doesn't click all the way in like it used to. It's not firmly connected, but still, it's still connected. But anyways, moving on, here we have the legs right here. You're just gonna have to make sure these parts do connect like so, like that. You're just gonna make sure that these parts connect like this, and then like that. You're gonna have to connect these pieces right here. And after that, you're just gonna have to fold in this piece like so. Connect that piece as well. Now you got the front part of the car nearly done, but you got it done, and now it's just about connecting these thigh pieces and the backpack part right here, and then just connect all the rest of the pieces like so, like that. And here we kind of have, hold on, our Transformers Studio Series 75 Deluxe Class Jolt, fully transformed and looking really awesome. I think that this figure has turned out really, really cool. And just taking a look at the instructions also, I wanted to note out, I do like how the instructions do look like matches how he looks like on the CGI form and the toy as well. I really do like how this figure has turned out. And for storage for the weapons, they do have tabs on the middle, so you could just tab them in like this. the same process on the other side right here, and I just transformed this figure in under like 3.5 minutes, so it's pretty fast to transform. So it's really nice and fast to transform. So just also I recommend taking your time with transforming it, as I did show you that a piece was chipped off. So just take your time with transforming this figure and everything. So you can have the whips like that, although I do not like how it looks like. I personally just keep them off to the side, or just simply attach them to any other transformer I wish to attach it to, like probably a War for Cybertron figure or another Studio Series figure. And speaking of other figures, let me bring in the Transformers Studio Series 74 Deluxe Class Bumblebee for a size comparison. So here we can see Bumblebee and Jolt. And we can see that technically Jolt is a bit wider in now just looking at them, they're about nearly enough the same size of the car. Everything about them is nearly the same size, although they're both Chevys and they both look really awesome. Although these are completely different models of Chevys, and I still prefer the Camaro more than this Volt Chevy. So yeah, so that was the transformation of Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class 75 Jolt. So overall, this is a great figure and everything, and I think this figure is absolutely worth it. Although I do have a question about the backside. It just looks quite fat, and it reminds me of Skids and Mudflap. And if Hasbro does release a Skids and Mudflap figure, I really hope that it ends up looking like this, the back part. I really hope they end up making a Skids and Mudflap figure, so we could have a whole collection of the Autobots from the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen movie. So now with that being said, let me give you my final thoughts of the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Jolt. So that concludes my Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class 75 Jolt review. I really hope you enjoyed this video of Studio Series Jolt, and tell me if you are gonna get Jolt or not in the comment section down below, and I will tell you where you could get Jolt, where you could get this figure. You could find them in store at Target or Walmart. No, they are gonna be like $18 to $20 this figure. So if you get it right there, you can get them at that price. If you find them at Hasbro Pulse, you could get them for $22.99. Right now it's currently out of stock at Hasbro Pulse. That is online. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, leave a comment and stuff. Hasbro Pulse is safe. No, Hasbro Pulse is safe. I got this figure from Hasbro Pulse. I got many other figures from Hasbro Pulse, and they are completely legit. They are safe. Just use PayPal. I recommend it. It's way faster and easier. You could also get this figure, I believe, on Amazon, but at a price that's not worth it. Okay, so I don't recommend on Amazon for brand new Transformers Studio Series figures or War for Cybertron figures. I don't recommend Amazon all that much. I recommend Hasbro Pulse, Target, or Walmart. Target or Walmart in store, and Hasbro Pulse online. So that concludes my Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Jolt review. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me or not if you're getting this figure in the comment section down below. And until then, I will see you at my next Transformers Studio Series video, or my next Transformers War for Cybertron video. Until then, I will see you then. Thanks for watching.